ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। यस्य विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिम्। जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत् सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो वृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचिधकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सताम् वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यतेः अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिम् आनतोऽस्मि। यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलतुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अपि वितीर्षतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। Now with Bhagavan's anugraham, let us continue from where we left off yesterday. We came up to slokam number 4 in Adhyayam 5 in Skandham number 4. After Bhagavan Shiva plucked his hair, Roman from his head, and dashed it on the ground with tremendous anger. From that arose a huge, gigantic body, an embodiment, touching the sky, black in color, multiple hands, almost like 1,000 infinite hands it had, with eyes blazing like the power of the light of 3 suns. And the hair on its head were all like on fire, they were like Agni, glowing like that. And wearing a garland of skulls. And that form did namaskaram with folded hands. It asked Bhagavan, Swami, Kim Karomi? What do you want me to do, Bhagavan? Okay. Then Swami says, go and kill Daksha along with the Yajnam. Be the chief, you are the chief of my warriors, of my army. and you're also Bhata Amsakaha, Me Amsakaha Bhata. This is very important. You are an Amsam of me. We came to that point. What a beautiful shot of confidence. Because now, in slokam number 5, Agyapta evam kupitena manyuna saha devadevam parichakrame vibhum mene tada atmanam asanga rambhasa mahiyasam tata saha sahishnam. Agyapta evam kupitena manyuna saha devadevam parichakrame vibhum mene tada atmanam asangaramhasa mahiyasam tata saha sahishnam. This is what happens when we interact with Bhagavan, and one word, one glance from him, one touch from him lifts you up somewhere else. There's no way you can describe it. I mean, you're truly, truly all powerful. Okay? So, the padangal are fairly clear, so let me go to the meaning. Tata, oh my child, my darling pet, my dear one, Maitreyi addresses Vidura. Now, Vidura is advanced in age. Please remember that. Advanced in age. But he called him Tata. Okay, a dear one. And he says, Yevam kupitena manyuna agyaptaha. Yevam, thus. Kupitena manyuna. Manyu means anger. The one who was angry, by one who was angry, manyuna. Okay? Now, we say in English, is an angry person, right? The two words are there. But here, it's simply manyuhu. Manyu means anger. Manyuna, by the person who was, by the angry person, manyuna, by the angry person who is Sivaperuman, kupitena, one who became angry. So, yevam, thus, kupitena manyuna, thus, by the one who became angry, by that angry person, Parameswara, Agyaptaha, having been ordered, commanded. Okay, very clear. The order is very clear. Saha, that Virabhadra, that form that rose up, that is Virabhadra, Bhagavan's Amsam, Devadevam Vibhum. See, Sahasranamam, beautifully, we begin with that, right? The very first part of Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Devadevam, that same Bhagavan. There is no difference between Vishnu, with Shiva, anybody. Even as we saw in Atri, when the Tatreya Avataram came, what do the Bhagavan say? Hey, we are the same person you pray to. There are three different aspects, that's all. You pray to the Parabrahman, we appear as three different functions, that's all. So, Devadevam, the Devas of all the Devas, okay? Vibhum, the leader, the master, the grantor of all desires, even unasked, fulfills our desires, even unasked desires. That power, Devadevam, that Parames Vibhum, that Bhagavanai, okay? Manyuna, that Bhagavanal. In Tamil, so you understand the grammar, okay? So I'm putting it in Tamil, difficult to say it in English, okay? Manyuna, that Bhagavanal, Parameswaranal. Here, Devadevam Vibhum means that Parameswaranai, okay? Parichakrame, he did circumambulate, okay? Respect, we say, we do pradakshanam, right? When you go to temple, that's what he did. Tada, once he did, after finishing that, tada, at that time, Asanga Ramhasa. Asanga Ramhasa. Make sure we are in 5. Yeah. Asanga Ramhasa. Asanga Ramhasa means unstoppable. Okay. Ramhasa means strength. the power, so to speak, unstoppable power. Asanga Ramhasa Atmanam, his own self, Saha, the Veerabhadran, Asanga Ramhasa Atmanam, Mahiyasam Sahaha. Let us understand this padam carefully, okay? Veerabhadran, after having did pradakshanam to Bhagavan, he considered himself to be of unstoppable strength. Okay? Very simple, because Bhagavan has given a command, the same way Hanuman went. Right? Because Swami gave him the command. When Bhagavan gives the command, he actually carries it through you. You don't have to do anything. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. So Asanga Ramhasa, he considered himself unstoppable strength. Atmanam himself, he considered that. And then Mahiyasam Sahaha, very important. What is it, unstoppable strength? Mahiyasam. Now the Daksha Prajapati, remember, and the Ribukal that is generated, that manifested from the mantram uttered by Bhrigu, they are very powerful. We saw it earlier. Mahiyasam, so they are very powerful. And that Sahaha, if you look at the word Sanskrit, very important. The first one is Saha. Okay? Saha means he. Then we also say Saha. Sahana Vavatu. That Saha means together. Now you put a Sahaha, okay? Then it becomes physical strength. Okay, Saha. Ojosi Sahosi Balamasi Bhrajoshi Devanam Damanamasi. When you pray to Gayatri Devi and uttering the Gayatri Mantram, we say Ojosi Sahosi, okay? Saha Asi, that means you are the strength. You are present as a strength in me. Ojaha Asi, you are present as a mental strength in me. Sahaha Asi, you are present as a physical strength in me. Understand? So, Mahiyasam Sahaha, these very physically extremely strong people, Sahishnum Mene. Now, Veerabhad Sahishnum, I can overcome them. Okay? Sahishnum Mene, I am fully capable of fighting them. Okay? This is what Mene he considered. He Atmanam Mene, he considered himself to be an unstoppable power and strength, having been blessed by Bhagavan. Anviyamanaha Sahatu Rudra Parshadaihi Bhritam Nadadbihi Vyanadat Subhairavam Udhyamya Sulam Jagat Antaka Antakantakam Antaka Jagat Antaka Antakam Saha Pradravati Ghoshena Bhushanangrihi. Bhushana Angrihi. Angrihi means feet. Bhushana means ornament. Okay? So, wearing anklets. Anviyamanaha Sahatu Rudra Parshadaihi Brisam Nadadbihi Vyanadatu Bhairavam Udhyamya Sulam Jagat Antaka Antakam Saha Pradravati Goshana Bhushana Angrihi. Now, Sahatu, that Veerabhadra, what did he do? Brisam Nadadbihi Rudra Parshadaihi. Brisam, very powerful, very loud. Nadadbihi, shouting, like, when warriors go to shout, fight, they shout in a very strong manner with courage, right? That sound, Brisam Nadadbihi, and who's making all this noise? Rudra Parshadaihi, the army, the warriors of Shiva, the Shiva Ganangal. Anviyamanaha, Sahatu Anviyamanaha, that Veerabhadra was followed by, the army followed him, shouting, in a very loud, powerful, frightening voice. Prasam nadadbihi. So the army was following, being followed by them. Sahatu subhairavam vyanadat. Now, when the army was shouting all these war cries and powerfully being followed by them, Veerabhadra, who is the leader of that, Subhairavam, in a most terror-striking manner, Vyanadat, he roared. He roared in a most terror-striking, awesome, frightening manner. He roared, Garjikar, we say, in Tamil. Okay, now you can imagine this army going there to carry out Shiva's command. Now, how did the Veerabhadra look? Saha, he, Goshana, Bhushana, Angrihi. Goshana, Gosham means making noise. We know that, right? The Gosham, right? That's how noise comes. Bhushana, ornament, Angrihi, anklets, the feet. So the ornaments on the feet, the anklets were making loud noise because he was walking very fast. So, Jagat Antaka Antakam. Jagat Antan, who is that? The end, for who is going to take your life and my life away? We call him Yaman. Antakaha, even for that Yaman, the god of death, he is acting as the death. So, you understand? Mrityum namamyaham, we say in Nrsimha Stotram, Ugram Veeram, Mahavishnum, Jwalantam Sarvatomukam, Nrsimham, Bhishanam Bhadram, Mrityum namamyaham, Mrityum. That Mrityu is the god of death. The Mrityum to the god of death, Mrityuhu, the one who gives death. Okay, so he's exactly the same. Jagat Antaka means the god of death. Antakam, one who puts end to him, one finishes him off. And that, in that manner, with his anklets sounding, making big noise, and roaring in a most awesome, terror-striking manner, being followed by an army, the Sivaganangal, who are all shouting victory and behind him. And how did he go? Sulam Udhyamya. He was carrying a trident in his hand. Pradravat. Went hurried, very quickly, carrying out Bhagavan's command. Okay? Very fast. He was walking. He went carrying a trident in his hand to carry out the mission of destroying Daksha and the Yajnam. Okay? Anviyamanaha sahatu rudra pashadehi bhritam nadadbihi venadatesu bhairavam udhyamya sulam jagat antaka antakam saha pradravati goshana bhushana angrihi. Now, in the Yagasala, what is happening? While he was coming, this is a big army coming, so it's not coming silently, making all kinds of noise. You know, the whole ground, the whole earth is all full of dust and all that, open field. They were coming from the north, because Bhagavan Shiva is in Kailasamalai, right? Coming from the north, so they were heading south. And when an army like this comes, what will happen to the ground? And that's exactly what described here. Atha Vridvijaha yajamanaha sadasyaha kakubhi udichyam prasam ikshya renum tamaha kim yetat kuta yetat rajaha abhut iti dvija patnyaha cha dhadyuhu. Atha Vridvijaha yajamanaha sadasyaha kakubi udichyam prasam ikshya renum tamaha kim etat kuta etat rajaha abhuti iti dvija patnyaha cha dadyuhu. Dadyuhu means speculating, thinking, okay, trying to reason out what is happening. So what is it? So when they came, tremendous dust arose from, obviously when the army goes, there will be dust. Atha So afterwards, when Veerabhadra was hurrying towards with his army, after that, Ridvijaha Yajamanaha, Ridvijaha, the Brahmanas who conduct the yagam, the Brahmanas, the priests, uttering Veda mantrangal and the various activities that they have to do to conduct the yaga, Ridvijaha. And Yajamanaha, the chief among them, for everything, the yagam, the way it is organized, it's one of the best managerial setup actually. Very beautifully, each activity is delegated to different people, capable people, qualified, competent people only, not everybody. And then there are people supporting them to make sure the activity is done. And then there's Yajamana, a chief who looks at making sure everything is done at the appropriate time in the appropriate manner. And everybody is cooperating and operating in a harmonious manner. Very fundamentally, simply put, this is what it is. A phenomenal lesson to be learned in corporate management, actually. Okay? And very complicated. It's not simple. It is not just like putting, hamis into the Agni. It is much, much more than that. Now, the Yajamanaha, the chief of this, is the one who is conducting the yagam. And that is Daksha Prajapati. Okay, so Ridvijaha, the various Brahmanas who are performing, and the chief among them, the one who is ultimately accountable for, responsible for setting up this yagam and making sure it goes properly and being conducted properly, that is Yajamanaha, Daksha Prajapati. So, Ataha, after that, Ridvijaha Yajamanaha, the priests and the Brahmanas and the Yajamanaha, the Daksha Prajapati, Sadasyaha, Satas means the Sabai, the gathering, all the people present there. Udichyam, Kukubihi Udichyam, from the northern direction. Okay? Udichyam means from the northern, Kukubihi, the direction. Okay? From the northern direction. Renum means dust. Renum, dust, Pudiyai, okay, the grammatically in Tamil, Pudiyai, okay, Renum. Prasamikshya, they looked at it, they saw from a distance all this dust is coming from the northern direction. So they saw that Prasamikshya, having seen that, not having seen, seeing that, Yetat Kim Tamaha, Yetat, this dust, Kim Tamaha, is it actually dark? Is it night? Okay, darkness is coming along with the dust. Yetat rajaha, is this dust? Kutaha abhut, from where does this come? Iti, thus, Vijaha, Vijapatnyascha, the Brahmins and their wives, Dadyuhu, they were speculating, reflecting, thinking, trying to find out. Where is this dust? Is this dust or is this darkness that's coming on us? Is it dust that's coming on us? Where is it coming from? Where is it originated from? Okay. Thus the Brahmins' wives, Ridvijaha, the various Brahmins, their wives, and also all the people present in the Yagasala and Daksha Prajapati, everybody was speculating, wondering, okay, what is this? Ata Ridvijaha Yajamanaha Sadasyaha Kakubhi Udichyam Prasamikshya Renum Tamaha Kim Etat Kuta Etat Rajaha Abhutu Iti Vija Vijapatnyascha Gadyuhu. Slokam number 8. Vata na vanti nahi santi dasyavah prachina barhihi jivatiha ugradandaha gavaha na kalayante idam kutaha rajaha lokaha aduna kim pralayaya kalpate. So they were speculating. Another reason. Vata na vanti nahi santi dasyavah Prachina barhihi jivati ha ugradandaha gavaha na kalayante idam kutaha rajaha lokaha adhuna kim pralayaya kalpate. Okay. Vataha navanti. The wind is not blowing. Absolutely still it was. Now, Ugra Dandaha. Dandaha means punishment. Ugra, intense, very strict. Punishing who? The king Prachina Barhihi Jivati. That time, the king was Prachina Barhis. That is the name. And he was known to be an extremely strict ruler. Ugra Dandaha. Any deviation, immediate punishment, kept the whole society under tremendous control. Okay, in a dharmic manner. Anything falls this way or that way, immediately the punishment will come. So everybody followed line. It's not autocracy, but it's a dharmic rule of strict discipline, it was. So that Prachina Barhi Jivati, he is still alive. So therefore, Dasyavaha Nasanti. The Dasyavaha means thieves, robbers. Nasanti, no, they are not, they cannot live. They cannot be robbers coming here. There are no robbers. Gavaha na kalyante. The cows have not been taken to pasture. It is not the crowd of cows coming making the dust. It is not robbers. Idam, this, rajaha, kutaha, this dust, where does it come from? What is it? Where is it? Aduna, right now, Aduna means now, immediately, now. Kim pralayaya kalpate. See, lokaha, Aduna, now, this word, pralayaya kalpate kim. Is it going to undergo pralayam, a final dissolution? Kim, is it going to happen like that? What? That is what they are asking. So, Prajina Barhis is living, a very strict dharmic ruler. When he is around, there can be no robbers. Okay, very important. When a king is properly controlling, there can be no robbers and no injustices. Please understand that. Okay, everybody follows the line. Only when the king becomes weak, robbers and thieves and cheats and everybody comes in. Then there are no robbers, no thieves, and the cows are not being taken to pasture or returning from pasture, so they cannot be creating this dust. So where is this dust coming from? Is it because, is it portending end of this pralayam, the whole dissolution is going to take place? That's what they were talking among themselves. Number 9. Prasuti misraha striyaha uddhigna chitta achur uchuhu vipahaha vrijinasya yesha tasyaha yat pasyantinam duhitrunam prajetah sutam satim avadadhyau anagam. Prasuti misraha striyaha uddhigna chittaha uchuhu vipahaha vrijinasya yesha tasya yat pasyantinam duhitrunam prajesah sutam satim avadadhyau anagam. Now, Prasuti, Daksha's wife, remember? We talked about the lineage. Please recollect it. And what happened? 13 daughters were given in marriage, right? To Dharma, we saw that. Then how the Swaha and Sadha, the children were born through Agni and through Pitrukar, we saw that. Then the 16th daughter was given in marriage to Shiva, Rudra Shiva. We saw that. So Prasuti, the mother, the wife of Daksha Prajapati. Now, in this Yagasalai, please remember, you have to be living there. Every word is important in Vyasa's Bhagavatam. He also said all the sisters of Sati Devi were also coming along with their husbands. Remember that? Before Sati Devi was talking to Shiva, I must also go. I will see my sisters will be there, my mother will be there. I have not seen them for a long time, etc., etc. Remember that? So the sisters are present, her mother is present. Now, with this refreshed memory, let's enjoy this slokam. Prasuti Misraha. Prasuti and others. Tasya Striyaha. Tasya, that Daksha Prajapatis, Daksha Prajapatinuடைய, Tasya Striyaha, other women that he had. So Prasuti and all other women, the wives of Daksha, Udvigna, trembling, shaking, chittaha, the mind is trembling for them. Okay, with that mind, Yesha, this happening here, the dust happening and everything else, that they don't know why there's so much dust coming from the northern direction. They don't able to figure it out. They are really wonderstruck and afraid. Is it the end of the world? Pralayam, is it what it is? Right? That's what they're thinking. Please live that. Think, understand what's happening. So, Yesha, this is Vrijinasya Vipakaha. Tasya Vrijinasya Vipakaha. Tasya, the Daksha Prajapati, Vrijinasya, the sinful activities of him, Vipakaha, that is the result of that. What is happening here is a result of the cruelty and the sins and the papam of Daksha Prajapati. That's what they were thinking. That mind was shaking, trembling, looking at this dust. Yet, why? Because Prajesaha, this Daksha Prajapati, Prajesaha, another way of saying that, Praja Isaha, that is Prajesaha. Praja means, we saw that, all the people who are born, Isaha, the head, Kalaivan, and that is Prajapati. Another way, Prajapati is Prajesaha. So that Daksha Prajapati, Duhitrunam Pasyantinam, while all the sisters were looking at, were seeing this, Duhruti means sister, Duhrutinam, plural, Pasyantinam, and plural again grammatically. While all the sisters were looking at, while they were all seeing this, onlookers as they say, Anagam Sutam, Anagam, pure, faultless, blemishless, Sutam, the daughter, Sati, the Sati Deviyai. Sati means Sati Deviyai. Satiyai. Avadatyau. He humiliated her. He disrespected, derided her. And what did he do? He invited all the other daughters. He treated them well, welcomed them, gave them appropriate hospitality, respect, and their husbands, right? And partook the prasadam, the offering from the yajna and all to them as prescribed. But what did he do with Sati Devi? He completely ignored her, was indifferent to her, did not even welcome her. Avamanam, we say, avadhatyau, humiliated her, disrespected her because she was married to Shiva. Remember that discussion right in the beginning, okay? So, the Prasuti and other wives, the trembling, shaking mind, wondering why this is happening. Because this is happening due to the sin and the cruel acts of Daksha only. Because while all her sisters were looking on, he humiliated, disrespected, and mistreated her, his own daughter. Mistreated not in today's word, but did not respect, offer the right respect, did not welcome, ignored his own daughter, who's actually faultless, blemishless, pure she is. Because of that cruel act, this is the sin, this is the result of a sinful act. This is what they were talking. Iti uchuhu, thus they were speaking. प्रसूतिमिश्राः स्त्रियः उद्विग्नचित्ताः ऊचुः विपाकः वृजिनस्य एष तस्य वृजिनस्य means the papam, the sin. Vipakaha, this is the result. Vrijinasya vipakaha, the result of the sin, sinful activity. Yesha, this. And whose sinful activity? Tasya, that Prajapati's sinful activity. Yat, next line. Yat, because Tasyantinam duhitrunam, while the sisters were looking on, Prajesaha, this Prajapati, Daksha, Sutam, his own daughter Satim, that Satyai, who is Anagam, who is faultless and blemishless and pure, he avadadhyau, he derided her, he humiliated her, while all his sisters were looking on. And this lady, Sati, no reason to be humiliated. She is faultless, anagam, okay? Faultless, blemishless. Anaga. Anaga means one who is faultless. One name for Vishnu Sahasranam also we say, okay? Anaga. Agha means fault, blemish, impurity. Anaga means no impurity, pure. Anagam. Okay, that's the reason. Iti uchuhu. Thus they were speaking. Now, today with that, we will conclude and continue in our next session. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shantit Shantit Shantihi Harihi Om.